Alright, 30 years ago, as you can see right here, I made a video debunking a video on why bullying's good for you. And on the thumbnail, as you can say, on the thumbnail, if I can fucking talk, on the thumbnail, as you can see, it says bullying is good for you. Can this shit get any stupider? Well, I hate to say this, but apparently it can, because then you have videos like this. Bullying fell off. I just can't, but let's begin.
They're like, damn, they paused Amazing World.
Hold on. There we go.
Man, I don't know about y'all, but growing up, they would act like bullying in school was the biggest issue in the world. Like, apparently it was so bad they had to make commercials for...
Bullying is still a bit... Bullying... I can't fucking talk. Bullying still is a very big issue in school. It's... How could you think it's not? I mean, if you don't... I mean, it may not be the biggest issue, but it's definitely a big issue. Alright, let's go on.
Cartoon Network saying don't bully people. I'm sitting there like, damn, they paused Amazing World of Gumball for this trash? This better be a national security risk or I'm gonna get pissed off, man. And it never was. It was always like, stop bullying, speak up. But they never gave any examples of what bullying actually looks like or how to stop it. And it wasn't just Cartoon Network.
I'm pretty sure that's a clear case of bullying, you know, just getting someone's face, taking their stuff, throwing it, yeah. And I can understand if you think the PSAs are ineffective or corny or cheesy or pretentious. I mean, well, corny or cheesy. I can understand that. I don't think they're that effective either. But to act like bullying isn't a problem anymore is just really stupid. Because it still is. You still got people committing suicide over bullying. Right here. Right here. It sucks. You got even elementary school students committing suicide because of bullying. Because they're being bullied. Elementary school students. I'm sorry, but this video just... It really struck a chord with me on how poor in taste it was. Well, how poor in viewpoint it is. Let's continue.
Network. A lot of the anti-bullying propaganda that I saw on the internet or in media wasn't really specific. Oftentimes, it was just, bullying is bad. Like, bro, I'm not a detective. You gotta tell me what this is. My first ever exposure to bullying was in Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the movie, when Greg played the prank on Chirag, pretending that he was invisible. That's right, I never even saw bullying firsthand, which is kind of insane. Like, there was so much propaganda saying how big of an issue this is. Meanwhile, the only time I actually see bullying is in a movie where like a high schooler gets a wedgie. I can recall some...
Okay, look. Not everyone gets bullied. And, I mean, I did get bullied, but not everyone gets that. Not everyone gets bullied. Just because you don't see it happen, or it doesn't happen to you, doesn't mean it never happens. That's an obvious logical fallacy, like anecdotal evidence or lack of anecdotal evidence. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, not everyone gets... you know, the R word. Not everyone gets raped. Does that mean rape doesn't happen? No. Not everyone gets murdered. Does that mean murder doesn't happen? No. Not everyone gets carjacked. Does that mean carjacking doesn't happen? No. Anyways, just go on.
Moments that I guess are bullying adjacent, but it was never bullying, you know? It was never some scenario where, like, the jock picks up the nerdy kid and throws him into a locker, calls him gay, and then kicks him in the balls, you know? It was never like that. A lot of it was indirect, you know? People would gossip about who they didn't like in the class, and whose outfits are garbage, who smells like fish, you know, that sort of stuff. But none of it was bullying, dude. Come to think of it,
just because bullying doesn't happen a certain way doesn't mean that sort of way doesn't happen at all. There's different forms of bullying. There's a like variety of different things you can do to bully someone. I don't get this piss poor take on it. It's 2023 when the video was made, and it's 2024 when this video is being made as my reaction video, and I gotta say, people still failing to grasp bullying as a whole blows my mind and baffles me.
The person person who probably got bullied the most in my school was the teacher. I mean, 7th grade English class, halfway through the lesson, I was sitting next to a kid who turned to me and whispered, "How funny would it be if I got up and tackled the teacher?" Now, I didn't know this kid, and I didn't have that many friends at the time, so I wanted to make some friends, so I'm saying to him, "Yeah, that could be funny." Nothing gets me laughing harder than some aggravated assault. And it wasn't just that. I mean, if you were in the hallways, you could easily overhear the most vile string of words targeted at a teacher who assigned too much homework. Now, for context, this was around the time when Fortnite just started to get popular back in 2017, so like 6 years ago at this point. So for a lot of people, this is when the rapid onset gaming addiction started with Fortnite. A lot of people that I knew started getting bad grades in class because they were missing assignments to play Fortnite. Some kids would straight up skip class and stay home to play, but a lot of kids just wanted to strike a balance between getting their gaming time in and also doing schoolwork. So whenever a teacher would assign too much homework, especially if there was like a special event happening in Fortnite, the way they talked about this teacher in the hallway, you would think that she was trafficking children or something, or she owns
Is that like Sandusky or something?
slaves or something, dude. They had the worst things to say about this person ever. There was a day in history class where we learned about Hitler, and for homework that day, we had to write like a 500-word paper about Hitler's rise to power, which was a pretty hefty assignment for the time, and I heard kids in the hallway after this class saying how this teacher was worse than Hitler in almost every single way. I even heard a Jewish kid say, "Well, at least Hitler would have made me write 500 words." It was like, damn, bro. But back to the bullying.
Okay, I guess maybe that's kind of funny, but...
A lot of the teachers got bad-mouthed, a lot of the teachers got roasted. A lot of the time when you think about bullying, you think about one person picking on someone else, and we never really had that. It was often like a beef. It wasn't ever really the case where one person was just getting roasted and beat up and he was just taking it, right? Whenever there was beef and someone was talking bad about somebody or someone was threatening somebody, the other person always stood up for themselves. So in my life...
Okay, look. I got bullied, okay? I did. I'm not proud of it. I'm actually kind of ashamed that I didn't stand up more for myself. I've been grabbed before. I've had my stuff taken. One kid put glue on my back, and I cried my head off. And 8th grade history class, and the teacher told me to be quiet. I just got some fucking glue on my back. God damn. I mean, I've even been roughed up a bit, and I've been insulted too, and I don't know, it's a bit of a touchy thing with me. It's hard to move past it. I've rarely stood up for myself, and at times I have stood up for myself, it wasn't that effective. I didn't totally pummel a bully or give him a really good smack, but whatever. I grabbed them back sometimes, or yelled back, but whatever. Anyways, just because it doesn't happen at your damn school doesn't mean it doesn't happen at all, okay? It happened a lot at Clint Small Middle School. That's where I went. And that's what happened there. So it's really disgusting when people act like, oh, it just didn't happen with my area of my community. It doesn't happen at all. It's like, hello? Do you not see the world for what it is, or all the shit that can go down on it that does? I don't know.
It was never the case that one kid was bullying another kid. The closest thing that we had to student-on-student bullying was cyberbullying, and let me be clear, I generally don't believe in cyberbullying. If you post something that's like minuscule about somebody else that you're in class with, okay, who cares? If you post a Snapchat story saying, "Whoa, somebody in science smelled like India today," it's like, that's the sort of thing that's only gonna offend you if you take it personally. Like, if you view that insult as directed toward you, and if you feel like it's directed toward you, then maybe you actually do smell bad, bro. The biggest recorded instance of bullying at my middle school was actually...
Okay, I get cyberbullying can be petty, but I do consider cyberbullying to be a thing that actually exists. Like if someone doxes you, takes a picture of you and says disparaging things or something, or hacks your account, then I view that as actual bullying, and I do indeed consider physical bullying to be worse, in-person bullying. So let's move on.
actually an Instagram account of a guy who would go around taking pictures of people with bad outfits and he'd post them to the Instagram. Now looking back, I find it pretty funny, but I can definitely see at the time why being posted on this account would be devastating. The whole point of the account was literally to like point and laugh at people who were wearing bad outfits as deemed by the person taking the picture. Now that being said, although it is mean, some of these kids did have absolutely trash outfits on. Now there were like four...
It doesn't matter what you think. You can't just degrade people, okay? It doesn't matter if, but they really were cringy. Or they really wore a bad outfit. No. If they're an innocent person, you leave them the hell alone. That's how it's supposed to go. Whatever.
4 or 5 most commonly posted outfit styles. And these were all for guys. The first one...
Hang on a sec. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Was the neon highlighter style outfit. Now, this trash fit was mostly sported by the 8th grade boys soccer team. It would just consist
Looks kind of nice.
of like neon yellow Nike clothes from head to toe. I don't know if this one is still around since when I was in middle school, but I remember at the time, like, if you were wearing this, even if you had to wear it for soccer practice, you know, just get ready to get taken a picture of and posted on that account and get called a highlighter. The next one was the gag t-shirt, which, you know, consisted usually of a phrase saying, "I paused my game to be here." This one was typically worn by like the nerdy kids or the gamer kids who I kind of hung out with, to be honest. I loved these guys to death. But the outfits were absolutely trash. It was usually one of those gag t-shirts mixed in with cargo pants and some Skechers Velcro sneakers.
I think it's nice. I paused my game to be here. That's pretty funny. I don't see why you'd call that trash, but whatever. You should know.
In particular, where this one kid that I was friends with went on like the world tour streak of the worst shirts humanly possible. Monday he wore the
Wait, what did that say?
Possible.
Okay.
Monday, he wore the "I paused my game to be here" shirt. Wednesday, he wore the "Eat, Sleep, Fortnite, Repeat" shirt. And then on Friday, he had the "Minecraft Like a Boss" t-shirt underneath the Creeper hoodie. Next up, you had the kids whose clothes just did not fit them at all. And, you know, that could be because they couldn't afford new clothes, so they had maybe an older brother's hand-me-downs that just don't fit. Or because this was the time when a lot of kids were starting to hit puberty, so they were getting growth spurts and they outgrow clothes really quickly. So maybe a shirt that fit them like 2 weeks ago just does not fit anymore. Or on the opposite end, you'd have kids that wear shirts that are way too big because they're predicting the growth spurt, but the growth spurt hasn't hit yet, so they're just left with this like atrocious fit. They look homeless. Also, this is the first time for a lot of these kids they're beginning to do their own chores, you know, it's like that time. And for a lot of kids, that's doing their own laundry, so they're probably shrinking their own clothes and not even knowing it, looking stupid in the process. Next, we had the clueless hype beasts. People who thought that just by buying nice clothes, that it instantly made your outfit better. Now, these guys never really got posted.
I mean, isn't that kind of the point? Well, I mean, well, if you want to make, like, a nice outfit, you know, clothing combination, subjectively speaking, of course, I guess you do have to, like, really make sure you match things up, make sure each article of clothing complements the other. I mean, if you just buy new stuff, yeah, I mean, I guess I can agree, but, you know, so what?
The Instagram account because they had nice clothes. But just because the quality of your t-shirt is good and it's an expensive buy, it doesn't mean that the fit looks good. One of the best examples of this is those Balenciaga shoes that look like socks. Those are $800 designer shoes that look completely ridiculous. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're wearing those, your fit just isn't gonna be a 10. And that was really it for the types of trash fits that I saw in middle school, and these got posted to the Instagram. So like I said, that's probably like one of the closest things we had to bullying. Eventually the Instagram account got shut down because one of the highlighter kids showed his mom, like, oh, hey, they called me a highlighter, and the mom, you know, told the principal found out, you know, got shut down. I'm trying to really think back, because like I said, there really wasn't that much bullying. I mean, there were small little things, but it was never anything huge. Like, we had Cahoots in middle school, and I guess, like, every now and then, some guy would name himself, like, oh, Jimmy smells bad as his name in Kahoot. Then, you know, he'd delete it, rejoin with his actual name, and it'd be like, oh, haha, that's funny. But none of this was ever true bullying. Now, looking back, I feel like bullying as an actual thing that took place peaked around maybe 1995 to 2005, you know, before tech...
Is this guy serious? He thinks bullying peaked? It's still going on, it's still shit. People should still break up, separate the bully from the victim, and You know, either kick the bully out of school or discipline them by, you know, suspending them, making them. God damn it! This guy's going back to 1996 for 2005, and he's saying bullying peaked then. That's really dumb. Hold on, let me see.
Peaked around maybe 1995 to 2005.
No, that's not true at all. It's still going. In fact, maybe you can even argue it's worse with all the assaults that go on with it. Like that girl. There's this girl that committed suicide due to bullying, and she did it because she got beat down. This girl right here. She got beat down in the school hallway. Yeah, they're getting more frequent with the beatdowns. But anyways, go on.
You know, before technology, I feel like bullying was probably worse, at least physical bullying. And then starting in the late 2000s to early 2010s is when bullying kind of plateaued. It definitely didn't get worse. And this brings me to...
He's wrong. I'm
today,
sorry.
2023.
He's wrong. He's way out of the loop.
Bullying in 2023. Is it still happening? I have no idea. I think there's always going to be some level of, you know, kids getting picked on.
Then why are you being so judgmental and dismissive of the whole topic? I don't understand. It's like, if you don't know, don't act like you do.
No matter how much you try to prevent it. But bullying can also be helpful for some kids who need to learn how to stick up for themselves.
Again, this video right here. Bullying, the point is bullying isn't good. It doesn't make you a stronger person or good for you. No. Just, no. Nobody asks to be bullied, okay? Otherwise, it wouldn't be bullying, because then it'd be consensual if you literally ask someone to bully you and they agreed, they consented to it. That's not bullying, because you consented to it. But bullying isn't consensual. Therefore, it's aggressive, it's wrong, it's immoral. I don't understand this whole, it's a challenge, you get to overcome. No, nobody asked to be bullied. Nobody asked to be, like, you know, bullied, assaulted, stolen from, murdered, the R word. Nobody asked for that stuff. And yet bullying can be viewed as something that's a challenge. Like, you know, all those bad things, other bad things I mentioned, they can be viewed as challenges too. Does that make them right? No. Does that mean they should happen? No. Should people stop that shit from happening and deal with it if it does happen anyway? Yes.
Learning how to overcome adversity and dealing with people that are picking on you in middle school can be really good. Some people...
People shouldn't do this shit. I'm sorry, but... People should leave each other the hell alone. That's part of being a good person, is you leave people the hell alone. I don't care if it can be a challenge or something to give you to do to stand up to someone. It's not acceptable. I shouldn't even have to say all this shit. You still have adults in 2024, current year, I know. Current year talk, I know. But I still got a good point. You still got adults in 2024 saying bullying is good for you, so they don't do shit about it. They don't care about these kids. They don't care about the people that get bullied. They don't care. It's stupid. I don't consider those adults maybe in a, you know, a metaphorical kind of way, but I just can't, you know. It's sad when kids rely on people to protect them and they just don't. If they don't care, they don't care. They're not going to do anything. You know, you need to find your own sort of protection. If the school won't protect you, get out of that school. At the very least, tell your parents. I mean, I made a video about that too. It's like, you know, where was it? Take your kids out of school. Oh, shit. Damn it. Butterfingers. Take your kid out. Yeah, you know this. You know, because it's wrong, because you're not supposed to harm other people. Other people, strangers, acquaintances, you're supposed to leave people alone for innocent. Not supposed to play mind games or physical, sociopathic, psychopathic games against them. Bullying is just wrong based on moral principle. I don't care if it can be a challenge to stand up to a bully. You don't, if you want a moral society, if you want moral individuals, You don't permit that stuff. You don't permit evil, period, and bullying's very evil. I don't know how people can make, you know, I don't know how people can make a video like this right here, I don't understand, and be totally, you know, confident in it. Like, oh, this video I'm making is so legit. Bullying fell off. They don't do that anymore. It's like, the fuck you kidding me, man? They still are.
Never get
But let's go on.
picked on, or they never really experience any sort of conflict ever. So eventually the day's gonna come where they have to deal with something and they have no idea how to navigate the situation. If you grew up...
That's why you fucking teach them. You teach kids how to stand up to bullies. Whether it be kicking their ass back, martial arts, you know, yelling back, telling them to fuck off, or, you know, trying to reason with them, you know, a bit. Or telling your parents or telling a teacher or whatever. That's what it's about. You don't make kids just have to be thrust in and get bullied, okay? That's not how it works. You should protect people. You should do the right thing. You should stand up for people. Like, the only thing needed for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing, after all, as that phrase goes. And yet people still aren't doing anything. They're still doing the bystander effect, or just not caring, period. It's sad, but, you know, if you have people like this guy, you have people still being like this guy, you know, still acting like bullying isn't that bad, or bullying is even good for you, then with that mentality, nothing's gonna change.
Up never experiencing any sort of bullying or conflict, and then you have a kid, and that kid is getting bullied.
And why not? Isn't that a good thing to not have to experience conflict? I mean, I do get the whole it'll come eventually thing, and to prepare people, you should prepare people for doing, but not with bullying. I mean, come on.
Well, you don't have any personal, practical, relatable advice you could give to your own son. Also, I feel like kids who got bullied in middle school and kids who maybe just even got into a little bit of conflict in middle school have a good perspective on other issues. You learn the value of picking your battles. You learn how to respond to people who are bothering you, or how to ignore people who are bothering you, or just overall conflict resolution. Anything that challenges...
No. Okay, let me put it this way. All you learn from bullying is that some people are pricks and that you will have to deal with them. You can't ignore a bully. If anything, I think bullying people would make people more jaded about society, more jaded about people. You know, misanthropic even. I think you should teach people how to deal with assholes. I really do. For this guy to place so much value on something that's just downright wrong, it kind of makes me sick.
Challenges you in life, especially at an early age.
His name is Cheets, by the way. Cheets. But with 2 E's instead of 1 E, 1 A, but whatevs.
It's good for character development.
No, it's not. You can go through life without being a bully, or being bullied, and be fine. You can be fucking fine. Hang on a sec. I'm tired of all these shindig lies that... I mean, you can... Okay, hold on. Yeah, you can go through life without being a bully, nor being bullied, and be just fine, be adequately tough, be adequately equipped to handle life. You don't need to get abused, which bullying is. It's a form of abuse. Duh. To be an adequate person. You just don't. So this guy is really baffling. Cheats is really baffling with his mentality that bullying is either good or not, just not that big of a deal, because it is. It's abuse. People are committing suicide over it. People may be even committing homicide over it. Whether it be against bullies or innocent bystanders, it's something that, bullying is something that needs to go. Now, do I expect it completely to go? No, but I at least have some... But you can at least reduce it, and I have some solutions to it, you know, like... At the very least, teach your kid how to stand up for themselves. Martial arts, fight back, just grab the way back of the grab, you know, just something. Something to stand up to them. Number 2... Have schools actually punish bullies, you know, maybe give them in-school suspension, kick them out at most. even persecute them if the bullying's really bad. Send them to the principal's office, you know, just something to stop the bullying, something to punish the bully and save the victim. And if the school doesn't do that, just, like I said before, take your kid out of that damn school, okay? They're not caring for your kid. There's no reason for them to be there. Other than fucking truancy laws. And, you know, you all know how I feel about those, that shit truancy laws need to go too, but I digress. So, let's continue.
A lot of kids today are missing this, honestly. I mean, I think we've created...
They're not missing it. People are still being bullied. Holy shit.
A culture where people are just kind of soft. I mean, the kids in middle school now are definitely softer than the kids in my middle school. And the kids in my middle school are definitely way softer than the kids in middle school like 5 years before us.
God damn, this guy has such an okay boomer mindset. Back in my day, or this was better back then, or we're worse than...
Which can be good. I think there's definitely some problems that needed to be solved. But I think the problem got overcorrected to the point now where it's just like, I mean, you hear people say it, but it's so true. I mean, kids today could not survive in like a Modern Warfare 2 lobby. The things that
Not everyone fucking plays games, okay? And Call of Duty, you know, lobby shit talking seems way infinitely easier to deal with than real bullying. So what is this guy getting at?
I would say to my friends in middle school as a joke, like, I can't imagine kids saying that to each other nowadays. I can't imagine what it's like for two kids who are just soft to be friends with each other. They don't try to grow together, they don't challenge themselves. What do they do all day? Just, like, watch Skibbity Toilet together and eat pizza rolls? Like, I don't know, man.
So fucking what? If you're friends, if you're in a relationship with someone where you treat each other with mutual respect, and you enjoy each other's company, and you have similar interests, or maybe even different interests, but you enjoy each other's company, and you're there for each other, and you respect each other, what's wrong with that? It seems like this guy is also a fucking gatekeeper when it comes to making friends, or being friends. Like, oh, they don't do this together. So what? Their friendship is at their own fucking discretion. I don't get this video. I hope it's not a troll video. Well, actually, maybe I kind of do, but because if it's at least a troll video, it's not serious. But if it, you know, like this guy doesn't really believe in this bullshit. At the same time, troll videos are kind of a waste of space. But this guy seems to really stand by what he says, and this is an April Fool's video, and he seems serious. So he means it. He means bullying isn't a big deal, and it's good, and he gatekeeps how people can have friends. You know, he's like an okay boomer type dude. And okay boomer being an umbrella term rather than just being exclusive to actual boomers. But I digress.
Just not a fan. It's interesting because the whole push to stop bullying worked. I mean, it's definitely down a lot from like 2008. But now
there's a lot of bullying that still goes on. These zero tolerance policies, for example, where even a victim isn't allowed to fight back, that's not helping. The bully can get away with bullying, they'll keep doing that. Whether they don't get in trouble with the school, or they don't get in trouble with the victim, if they can keep doing it, they will. And they have. I know.
Kind of created an entire new set of problems to deal with, you know?
I had to really argue with the school to get them to do even a little bit against a little bit of the bullying I faced.
Those of you who are in middle school or high school, let me know down in the comments what it's like in your school. Do kids get bullied? Is there bullying at all? Or is everyone in your class just a softie? How is that working? I'd be curious to read some of these.
It's not about being a softie. It's about being a fucking human being. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm using the F word so repetitively, but seriously. It's about being a damn human being and having sentience and emotions and rights and the right to be left alone. Now, when are people gonna show some fucking respect towards innocent people? I mean, really, is that so hard? Apparently it is. Because on one hand, you got the fucking bullies who can't just not be assholes, and on the other hand, you got the fucking adults that don't want to lift a damn finger to help the bully victims. It's sad. It's fucking sad. It kind of just gives more leverage to the mindset, ain't nobody watching out for you but you, or it's every man for themselves. You know, bullying is not a good thing to permit. It's a very bad thing to permit, and it shouldn't be permitted. Yet, you know, in just the U.S. at the very least, bullying essentially is very well permitted. In public school, at least, well, there's workplace bullying too. There's summer camp bullying. I also endured summer camp bullying. Yeah. Anyways, it's a stupid thing to justify. It's a stupid thing to condone. Bullying shouldn't be justified or condoned. It should be condemned and stopped and punished. And the bully should be reformed too. But you know, I don't get people like this. I don't get people like this right here. I don't get people such as Cheets. I don't understand. Like, you don't think it's bad because you think it builds character and you didn't see it happen that often and you have this false impression it went down and got reduced. What is wrong with you? I mean, I don't know how to say it, but what ifs? Let's keep going on.
And yeah, with that all being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like and please subscribe if you're new. I'm trying to get this channel to blow up. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.
I'm not gonna subscribe, I'm gonna dislike, which I just did. I'm sorry folks, but this video hit a chord with me. It's really sad that we live in a society where people are permitted to abuse others. That's a shit society that shouldn't exist. Or, well, yeah, it shouldn't exist, or it shouldn't exist in its current form. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe I shouldn't have to. Maybe I already did. Bullying's wrong. You don't have a right to abuse people, okay? Person's innocent, you just leave them alone. They're innocent. Why pick on anyone? Would you want to be picked on? I mean, you know, it's all about, like, the golden rule or the silver rule or the platinum rule. Treat others with respect. You know, all these rules kind of state in some way. Silver rule is about don't do unto others as you don't want to have them do unto you. Golden rule is do unto others as you want them to have them do unto you. And the platinum rule is do unto others as they'd want to have done to them. You know, like, treat others the way they want to be treated, so they treat you the way you want to be treated. That sort of jazz. It's supposed to be, respect is a two-way street. It's supposed to be mutual. You're not supposed to have to, like, earn it. You know, if you're an innocent person, I think you should get respect right there because you're innocent. I think what should have to be earned is trust, but that's another topic. But I'm sorry, but I never saw a video this bad. I mean, this bad on a take on bullying. Oh, yeah. Anyways, I don't see how people can get it so wrong, but maybe I shouldn't be surprised, otherwise I wouldn't have all these videos debunk. It's like, how could they get it wrong? Statism is wrong. They support. You know, I mean, I guess this isn't surprising, but you know what I mean. I don't like this. I don't really accept this. I mean, I know I gotta, like, accept it to a degree that, you know, you're gonna have a shit society. To some degree, at least. I mean, some people are gonna be bad. Not all of them are gonna get rightfully punished and stopped and rehabilitated and all that jazz, you know. But I never saw someone get it this bad, like, just act so nonchalant over something that is abuse that people are killing themselves over. I don't see how you can have that viewpoint. It's just such dog shit of a viewpoint. It's baffling anyone would even remotely have it. But there you go. So yeah, that's Cheats. That's Cheats' video on bullying. I very much disagree with it. It's a shit viewpoint or creed to have that bullying's okay. It builds character. It challenges you. It fucking went down, or got reduced, or doesn't really happen anymore, or didn't happen just because I saw it didn't happen. Yeah, I mean, well, look. Anyways, repetitive eye rolls aside, or use of the F word. This video is just, it's bad. I'm not gonna lie, it's bad. I don't think. I mean, he has the right to say what he wants to say, no matter how bad it is. But I kind of wish he didn't say it because, you know, it's a very selfish, you know, apathetic, toxic viewpoint to have. But I might be just repeating myself. Maybe I should just end the video now. So I end the video now. Bye.